Hey Taurus, welcome to your summer 2025 shapeshift reading, where we're looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shapeshift looks and feels like for the summer season. I'm Andy, I'm your reader, and we are joined today by the Unveiled Tarot, a brand new deck by Jessie Lonergan. Okay, Taurus, my friend. All right, let's see what's going on. What is the shape Taurus is shifting out of this summer? Okay, shifting out of the Four of Cups, which is great. I mean, to me, here I see someone just sort of like barely keeping their head above water in the hustle and bustle of it all, of like daily life and moving through all of the things and all of the people and all of the stuff. It's sort of like your headspace is in this a whole other emotional space of just like barely making it through. Yeah, Two of Swords, kind of emphasizing that. Except there's more of a strategy showing up here because, you know, okay, so you'll notice that this deck, it's the Unveiled Tarot, so it's sort of unveiling something, revealing like another facet to the card, either by the inner window or the outer card and its interpretation. So there's often like two things going on at the same time in this deck. Really cool stuff. I love it. There's a lot of like standing still, not really moving here. I think you're just sort of like trying to keep your head above the water and suss out the strategy. Okay, let's see if we can get one more card for Taurus to help clarify the shapeshift. Show it to us fully. Yeah, nice. Amazing. Let's look at it together. Okay, shifting out of the Four of Cups into the Ace of Wands is actually a pretty dramatic move. So you could be shifting out of just like, the Four of Cups is sort of speaking to me of that, the paralysis that can come with anxiety and depression, or like the feeling, the emotional paralysis, especially like just this mental emotional game, Two of Swords, where you're just trying to figure out how you're going to be able to like get your passion back, get your joie de vivre back, get your like, reason for being, reason for living. Like, okay, why am I here? Why am I doing any of this? And in the Four of Cups, it can be really hard to find that. And you're kind of just like keeping your head above water, keeping just like, I'm just going to breathe through my nose and out of my mouth and not sink, not let myself totally sink, and just like keep going. There's this sense of like just keep going, even though your headspace is in such a different place. You may even feel like, I can't believe I have to just like keep going to work with everything going on, with like my whole life sort of bottoming beneath me, or like, you know, like being out in public and being like, no one even really knows where I am mentally and emotionally. But then there's something with the Two of Swords where that sort of like distance and space that you have taken gives you like a new mentality, like a new way of approaching it that sort of like shows you that it's a game, number one, and also like shows you the strategy to win it. So it's almost like I see you suddenly being like, wait, I think I can actually get to checkmate. Like, I think I know what to do, Ace of Wands. Oh shit, I know what to do. I know how to bring myself out of it. I know the moves I need to make, the strategies, the systems I need to put in place. I need to make a plan. And I've gotten the sort of there's been enough time of space and distance for me to finally see like what the plan of action, Ace of Wands, is going to be. And really it's you getting your fire back, because Four of Cups and Two of Swords, these are liminal spaces. These are sort of like emotional, mental float land. This is you sort of out here in woo-woo, but like in like la la land a little bit, but you're still going through the daily motions of your life, going to the job, doing the things, completing the tasks, doing the laundry, but mentally and emotionally you're somewhere else entirely, or even barely there at all. But then it's like you arrive out of that, you sort of pass through that liminal what the fuck of the summer, and you end up on the other side of it being like, oh, there I am again. There's my soul again. There's my spirit again. There's my passion, my joy, my energy levels. Like the motivations start returning. Okay, great. Like I can pick up my hobbies again. I can do the things I love to do again, because that sort of the weight of that emotional, mental, liminal space, separation space has lifted. So it's a kind of like your spring might come towards the end of summer. You know, it's like your spring might actually hit Taurus more towards fall. Two of Swords is a Libra moon card, so there could be some sort of like just like limbo, indecision vibe that's part of this, where it's just like I don't even care enough to make a choice. I don't really need to take any kind of bold action or do any kind of bold moves, because like I don't even know what the right choice is, and I like almost don't care, because you're in a funk. Four of Cups. It's a funk. Okay. Let's use Coleman Stevenson's Dark Exact Tarot to get some clarification on this. Let's start with the Four of Cups. Help us understand why Taurus is in this Four of Cups. And you know what might happen, I'm realizing, it's sometime this summer. Oh wait, I wrote it down. Okay, yeah, it is actually in August 11th. Oh, this is interesting. So some of this could be Mercury's retrograde. Mercury's going to be retrograde mid-July to mid-August in Leo. So this could be part of that limbo vibe energy, and like that's okay. I would say lean into it, because then Taurus around mid-August, actually the day that Mercury stations direct and starts moving forward again and builds back up to its regular pace, we get that Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Cancer, which is just so lovely. But what did I want to say? I wanted to actually talk about Venus-Uranus. Okay, July 4th. Uranus is in your sign, Taurus, towards the end of Taurus, and Venus is going to move through your sign and hit that. So that could also, maybe even around the 4th of July, be this burst of inspiration moment for you. Okay, so like maybe beginning of July, maybe mid-August. I don't know, maybe. I'm just feeling not till September for some of y'all. Okay, Four of Cups. Let's clarify this Four of Cups state that Taurus is moving through, or like barely moving through. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we got the Two of Swords to clarify, which is just, again, emphasizing this sort of stalemate. Feeling like you're in some sort of stalemate, some sort of just like, you're finding yourself at a mental emotional impasse. It can also be a time when you just need to take some space. It's like this declined vibe. Declined. I'm blocking everything out and everybody out. I need to be in my own space. I need to kind of wade through my own waters. Tell me more about Four of Cups, Two of Swords. Yeah, Temperance, exactly. You just need to have a little bit of patience and trust. The Eight of Wands also came out. Trust that the momentum will return. You're just missing an element. You know what I mean? It's like you've got cups, pentacles, and swords. You're just missing wands. So there's some sort of like chemistry to this, where it's like you're just missing an ingredient. You're just missing an element, and like the momentum and the pace will pick up and the momentum will return, and it will all sort of like start moving forward at some point, Taurus. So it's like just encouraging you with Temperance to have the patience to just like lean into this limbo. Lean into the limbo. And it's weird to be in limbo during summer, like if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Like I'll acknowledge that is a really weird time because there is a lot of solar energy, which can bring a lot of like, you know, get out there. Go do stuff, get active. But that just might not be where you are. And that dichotomy, that contrast can be even more difficult to kind of wade through it. Okay, tell me more. Is there any more clarity to gain here in this limbo space? Yeah. Sunflower, the Fool, your chance. So what's cool about this deck is there's two Fool cards and they kind of bookend the major arcana. You have like Fool card 0, which is truly just a baby. It's not the full sunflower, it's just the sprout. It's just the 2 leaves. So it is actually like brand spanking new, like doesn't know anything, fresh out of the ground. But this Fool card is the chance to begin again after that sunflower has grown from seedling all the way to full bloom. Even at this full bloom state, there is this chance to begin again from a place of greater wisdom and greater experience. So it's almost like this sort of late in life second wind vibe. You know? And so I guess like, I think this Sunflower Fool would say to you, Taurus, when you're in this space, it's not too late. Time is not running out. Don't get sort of drawn down by false urgency, because your chance to begin again is coming. 8 of Wands, the Fool, Ace of Wands. It is coming, that's for sure. Oh, wow. 3 of Cups. Yeah, come back into the community, come back into the world, rejoin your friends. Maybe actually, Taurus, your friends would be a really helpful catalyst to help you strategize, 2 of Swords, your way out of your own headspace, your own funk. Maybe like being social or like being in small, intimate groups of friends that you trust is part of that strategy. Anything else? Yep, Queen of Wands, you will get the fire again. Your internal fire will come back. It's just like continuing to reassure. And Justice, balance will be restored, and maybe not till Libra season, which is September, which is what I was feeling for a lot of you, Taurus, actually. So don't worry, balance will be restored. Just maybe not right away. So let's look at this together. you know, to clarify, Four of Cups and Two of Swords, you get the Two of Swords and Temperance, which is basically like, yep, you're in limbo and it's hard and it's weird and it sucks and it's confusing, and just like, you gotta patience the shit out of this and just like slow down and lean into the limbo. Let yourself be there in limbo, but don't totally isolate through it. Talk to your friends, because they could be a really important like part of the strategy that actually brings things back into balance and will eventually, maybe in Libra season in September, once the season starts shifting back into fall energy, maybe that's when you really start coming alive again and you feel the Eight of Wands, all of this momentum moving forward suddenly all at once. The Fool, you get to bloom maybe a little later, you know, like the sunflower was supposed to supposedly bloom in July, but it ends up blooming in September, and that's totally fine. Queen of Fire, you will get your own internal fire back, and you'll be able to kind of, you won't have to start from scratch. You'll be able to jump right back in. And that's what I feel. You'll be able to like jump right back into your hobbies or to your, just your sense of joy and motivation for living. Like, you won't have to kind of start over because you've already got so much in progress. It's just like lean into the limbo that is the summer and let it be. And that's okay. And you just keep telling yourself like, and that's okay. When you don't have the energy to do things, or when you feel really separated from others, and that's okay. You know, I'll go to the beer garden even though I feel a little internal, because my closest friends who I really trust will be there. Or like, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out, and that's okay too. Because you're just gonna trust that it's gonna return, because it is. It's gonna shift. Just maybe not till fall. Okay, final word for Taurus here from the postcards from the liminal space. Perfect for where you are, if this resonates with you. Okay, advice for Taurus. Okay, interesting. What is chaos? Chaos to the fly is harmony to the spider. So again, there's this sort of dichotomy thing going on. It's not great for one person, but it's really great for another. It's like, it might not, this limbo state might not be great for some areas of your life, but it's actually really good for others. It's like actually really nourishing to you on some other level, though you feel sort of trapped by it. Okay, that's interesting. And then we got yes in reverse, which actually said to me, not yet, which was that sort of like Two of Swords, wait through summer, because the yes, the Ace of Wands is a yes card. Like, the yes will come, trust and rest assured. It's just like through most of the summer, it's going to be sort of not yet, not yet, not yet. For some reason, you just got to get through this limbo. One more word of advice for Taurus. Yeah, I mean, there you are. There you are in this limbo. In floating in outer space. I mean, my God, let's actually look at this full thing together. Okay? No one is coming for you is such a Four of Cups moment. It's such a like, you're a little bit in the doldrums, like in the depths of your, it could be a little bit of wallowing even. And then you sort of realize that like, you can't just expect people to come find you, to come knock on your door, to come like interrupt your emotional headspace. And so then you start to strategize like, okay, I'm going to reach out to my friends. I'm going to tell them what's going on. I'm going to be a little bit more transparent with them. And then this whole like, what's chaos to the fly is harmony to the spider, I think is you starting to kind of get a greater like handle on what's really going on by getting like a zoomed out perspective, being able to see all of the pieces in play. Like, to the experience of just the fly in the web, it's chaos. But if you zoom out and you see that you are neither the fly nor the spider, but this other larger, wider view third thing that can see both the fly and the spider, then suddenly you start to see the game. Okay, meditation could be so vital, so important. Maybe even like group meditation, 3 of Cups. And then bam, the yes card. It comes eventually, pal. It comes eventually. The motivation returns, the momentum returns, the yes, your ability to say yes to things returns, and you get your fire back. You just have to, in the meantime, lean into the limbo. Okay? All right, Taurus. I hope this was helpful for you. Happy summer.